It is dark, it is stacked, and it is fast. Let's go. Okay, so a couple of references to put things into perspective. My 5k PB is currently 14:34, which I ran 2 years ago. Earlier this year, I ran 14:38. Can we challenge that today? I'm currently 34 years old, 6'1", which is 186 centimeters, and weigh 75 kilograms. This is the finish area, and from here, it's exactly 2 laps to go. I'm not going to play any music this video or decrease the sound of running because I really want to give you a good sense of just what the intensity is like out there. As I'm sure you can tell from this video, I'm a lot taller than other people, and the camera was pointing slightly too high. It was also getting quite dark at Battersea, so the race started at 7 p.m. Winter's on its way, so this is pretty much the best lighting I could get for this race. This is such a competitive event, and I'm currently in around 30th position, so the start is crucial. You need to get into the right pack, and because there's so many runners in and around you, you pretty much just get dragged around this fast course. Conditions were a bit cooler than late, and as much as I love summer here in the UK, I'm looking forward to some cooler conditions, which means faster running at a lower heart rate. Here comes the sharp left. You've always got to be super cautious of this corner when running in a big pack. I filmed this video on my Insta360 Go 3S in 4K and connected my Garmin Connect account with the stats for the overlay. It's really quite easy to do. For this one, for some reason, the GPS was around 180 meters out, so whatever you see on screen is about 180 meters further ahead. But thankfully for this one, pace was pretty consistent, so it won't make too much of a difference. I know it's quite hard to see what's going on here, but just know I'm working hard and it does get lighter on the other side. Here we go through the first kilometer in 2:55, and I'm pretty much running to the theory. You fit into the pack or you get dropped and left behind. Feeling really good at the moment and actually thinking, wow, I can actually progress from here. But then again, I'm no fool to a 5k, and if you can match your first kilometer in your next 4, then you've had a phenomenal race. You can see the lead bike just ahead of me, which isn't too far ahead, and you're probably thinking, come on Nick, just go a bit faster and catch up to them. But if I do that, then I really risk blowing, and that is not what I want to do. Let's see if we can hold that pace under 3 for this whole race. Just over a third into the race, and heart rate is around 166 to 167, which is not bad. We'll take that now. We're working hard, of course, but we're in control. It's getting dark and the sun is setting quickly. Best we run fast. Okay, so going into this race, I'm 16 days out from my goal marathon, Berlin Marathon. The last 8 weeks has all been tailored around Berlin Marathon, so I haven't actually done anything fast. Not much work at all, around 3 minute per K pace and faster. So this was a race really just to sharpen up. Often I get asked by runners having a marathon coming up, is it a good idea to do a fast 5k a couple of weeks before? And my answer to that is yes. You always want to bank a significant amount of training at faster than goal race pace. And remember, at Berlin my race pace is around 3:18, 3:19 per kilometer. So now I'm going to bank 5ks at a lot quicker, which I was planning to do in any case, and it's just really nice to have a bit of company around in this stacked race. However, I need to still be sensible. Berlin is the main goal, and I don't want to absolutely, completely rinse the tank today. Subconsciously, in the back of my mind, I know that the next morning I'm doing a 5k tempo, followed by a hard 5k park run, followed by another 5k tempo. So whilst I am going to go very hard in this race, I don't want to finish the race collapsing at the end, knowing that I'm going to struggle the next morning when I've got another session to do. I would never usually do back-to-back harder days within training, but let's think of this as one harder day with a power nap in between. Boom! We matched that first kilometer exactly with another 2:55 in the second kilometer. Another thing worth mentioning is that I'm recovering from a little bit of illness. About 5 days before, I got smashed by a nursery germ. My cute little ones brought back nursery germs. And whilst the body's feeling good, I've been blocked up with phlegm. And for that reason, I don't want to go too deep into the red. So it's a bit of a tricky mindset that I'm in right now. I'm actually very competitive, so I want to go as fast as possible, but I also want to be sensible. My main race is Berlin, so it's a combination of go fast, but be sensible. Really nice pack that I've got myself into here, and even whilst Battersea, it's not very windy at all. These conditions are almost perfect for running. You really get that slipstreaming effect when you run in a pack like this. Even if it makes a 1 to 2% difference, that's huge in my world. Here we go through the halfway mark, and wow, this is actually not too bad. What's going on? I'll keep quiet during this middle stretch so you can hear the support. Oh, the last few Ks of a 5K, you just breathe differently. I mean, I really enjoy racing, I must say, and I highly encourage it. If in doubt, trust me, just race. It hurts, but it's always worth it. But I remember, and I hope you can hear in this video, hearing people breathing around me with 1K to go, and it just sounded so different. Whenever you see me look down to the bottom left, it's because I'm having a quick squiz at my watch. It's getting darker and we're working harder. Come on, 2Ks to go. Here we go through the third kilometer in 2:56, moving along nicely. I am a little bit disjointed from the pack in front of me. Ideally, I should move up and get on the back of them, but obviously it's just out of my comfort zone to do that, so I'm trying to remain within my comfort zone while still working hard. I ran this race in a pair of Pro 3s, and let me know in the comments below if you think blue socks and these sharp red shoes go together. Someone commented on my Instagram and said that is a sin. Oh, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Remember, kilometer 3 to 4 is always by far the toughest in a 5K. Let's see if we can get it right today. When I run my PB, I've got this kilometer right. My PB is not completely off the cards, but I would need one massive finish with a mile to go. Marathon training can be grueling and relentless, especially when you're doing 99% of it by yourself and you're averaging over 150 kilometers a week. So at the moment, I'm just really soaking up this adrenaline rush that this 5K has to offer. I'm working hard, but I'm loving every second of it. Come on, boys, full send to that finish line. I'm fairly surprised my heart rate is as low as it is with about 1.5 kilometers to go. My position at the moment is between 25 to 30 in this race, so there were some speedy boys tonight. Pace is slowing just a little bit, maybe because I know in the back of my mind what I have coming up in a few hours time, but nonetheless, let's wind it up and finish strong. I know it's dark and you can't really see properly, but this runner to the right of me that's just overtaken me, his name's Paul Martelletti. I think he's in his mid-40s and he is flying. He's been around and he just keeps getting better and better and does not stop delivering. He's a mileage monster, and the once he did a 60k run and his Strava title was the long way to get milk. Okay, here we go through the 4th kilometer, 2:59, so slowed a little bit compared to the first 3, but it's 1k to go, and let's empty that tank. That last kilometer never counts. Just listen to that suffer in and around me. I love watching his back because I know just how hard we're working, and there's no hiding in this part of the race. I'm not surprised I don't have that extra kick given the fact that I haven't done shorter distance speed work, but what I'm really happy with is my heart rate relative to effort. It must be one of my best ever runs for that reason. When I ran 14:46 earlier this year in the Pro Evas and I was pushed to my limits, it was 28 degrees, so it was a hell of a lot warmer, but my heart rate maxed at 188 in that race. At this stage of the race, you stop looking at your watch and you just use others around you to drive you to that finish line as best as possible. Every second counts. Come on, Nick, finish strong. 1 lap of the track to go. Don't you dare let them get away from you. This is it, the finishing straight. Let's get these marathon legs going.